Welcome back, it's Nine, and today we have some more PlayStation 5 news and a follow-up from yesterday's video talking about these fake 4K leaks, and apparently they're all lies. They were made up by Dusk Golem to even things out after the bad Xbox Series X news with Halo Infinite being delayed. And we're also talking about a new Sony patent about the cooling system for the PlayStation 5. And lastly, we're going to be discussing what Phil Spencer had to say about the PS5's design. Now, before we get into that, if you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to get notified about all my upcoming videos, and hit the like button. It helps the channel a ton. Now, let's get started with following up about Dusk Golem. Now, here's the thing, right? We talked about this last video where he was saying fake 4K, RE8 not running well or having a hard time running, and it turns out that that was not the case at all. So I saw this tweet from somebody named @TrueGiffers over on Twitter. It says, well, that Dusk guy who started the fake 4K stuff being sacked as mod on Reset Era and Threadlocked admitted he started it to even things up after bad Xbox news, had no tech knowledge, and only knew bits and pieces about very early Resident Evil 8 build. Now, there is one tweet that I see here that he made, and it says, unfortunately, I'm not educated enough to know the specifics, though by fake 4K, I mainly mean what people expect with games running at 1440p and 1600p, internally using techniques to be 4K. However, I'm just passing stuff I've heard along from people working on games for both platforms. Now, unfortunately, there's not much else out there for me to see. Everything's been locked up, but it seems as though they were saying that he stated that things were too one-sided being on the PlayStation 5 side, and he wanted to even things out. So remember when we were discussing how I believe that this guy could have been siding with the Xbox to, play his favorited side or whatever it may be, and it seems that that may have been the case. Of course, now we know this is confirmed nonsense, so we can dismiss the fact that there could be any chance of some quote-unquote fake 4K. So that's a good thing that we have that out of the way. I found this ridiculous to begin with. We discussed it at lengths of how crazy it all sounded, and yes, rest assured that this is not true. This is fake. Not fake 4K, fake rumor. All right, on to the next topic. We're talking about a new Sony patent, and this comes from PSU.com, titled, New Sony Patent Hints at PS5 Cooling System Design Again. The design appears quite similar to the previous patent filed by the format holder and offers an insight into what Sony is doing in order to keep its new hardware from overheating. And the thing is, looking at this, obviously I don't make much of it. I'll have the pictures on screen for you guys, and I'll have a link as well for you guys to check it out. I don't know, looks like a patent for a cooling system. There's not much else to add there, but I thought I'd throw it out there just to let you know there's a new patent out here. It was published in 2019, so it's not anything crazy new, but it's just newfound patent, I should say. So overall, I mean, what do we know from it? It might be the new cooling system that they're using, but not much else to add there. But let's move on to our last topic, and this comes from PSU.com, titled The PS5 Design Gets the Thumbs Up from Xbox's Phil Spencer. Speaking with Animal Talking, Spencer spoke at length about his thoughts on the PS5 hardware, as well as touching base on his company's own next-generation console. It's hard because I know the physics that we're both dealing with when it comes to these consoles, and cooling these consoles, the power, the energy use, that presents real challenges this generation. We're talking about consoles with the CPU and GPU that are real powerful computers effectively. We choose our design because we wanted a large fan that we could spin a little more slowly so we're not making noise. We wanted a very quiet console, so noise was something that we focused on. So we built a form-follow function designed so that we could draw a lot of air with a big fan spinning a little bit slower so we didn't get those high-pitched whining sounds that sometimes consoles can make. I like the design of what they did. I have a lot of respect for what the teams do at PlayStation, but they're running their box differently than we are, and it creates unique design challenges in how you keep these things cool. That's a problem for both of us, so that's not a shock, and they took an approach that is different than we did. So things have changed. Phil Spencer is now complimenting the PlayStation. Isn't that interesting, right? After Halo Infinite gets delayed, right, and all the negative stuff around the Xbox Series X game showcase, it seems as though he's been humbled. It seems as though Xbox is back in their place again, knowing after what happened with the Xbox One launch, they really should have stuck in their place before they went out and started talking about mic drop announcements and started talking about how they're just going to impress and blow everyone away, because clearly that's not what happened. And of course, it actually went pretty badly if you think about it. Their only launch title's gone now. So yes, he's going to be humbled. He's going to be talking about the PlayStation more positively because, well, when you're on the losing end of things, you can't be out here running your mouth again. Like, that just didn't work the first time, so you probably need to back it down a little bit. Now, I know people are going to say, well, PlayStation has got praise from Phil Spencer before. And yeah, that's true. Absolutely, he has. But leading up to the next generation, yeah, they definitely went out of line and they started talking a lot of smack. Like, they were really getting in their own heads, thinking that, okay, we're really going to blow these guys back with our games showcase. And that's not what happened, which is so funny to me because it blew up in their own faces. Unfortunately for Xbox fans and unfortunately for people who do enjoy games on the Xbox platform, but it is what it is. Now, before I close this video out, I want to talk to you guys about something. You know, we hear a lot of people saying, well, why is it that when PlayStation has something negative said about them, that it must be a conspiracy? It must be a lie. It must be a scheme to make the PlayStation platform look bad. But, you know, it just came to fruition that it was a lie. And we were right. It was a lie. It's not true. It was a conspiracy theory. And it's funny because while, you know, I had people in my comments talking about that and saying, you know, you're just one-sided. You look at one side, you don't look at the other side. Anything bad about PlayStation being said, you automatically dismiss. No, I dismissed it because it sounded ridiculous. It didn't make any sense. So this really reassures me, and it should reassure you guys out there, that yes, just because you hear something negative about the PlayStation, you shouldn't believe it. Because look at what happened. It clearly wasn't true. And I think that going forward, we're going to see more of these lies that are being made up about the PlayStation platform kind of be dismissed and proven wrong, which is what I wholly expect. When I tell you guys that PlayStation went out there and they said to the developers, what do you guys want in a PlayStation console, a next-gen PlayStation console? We want to cater to the developers to make sure that we can present the best games possible on our platform. And they asked, Sony delivered. Why on earth would there still be problems developing games for the platform? There just wouldn't be. The only problems that Resident Evil 8 had was when they were trying to put it on the PS4 Pro, then they scrapped it and they decided to put it on the PS5. That's what happened. It did not happen in the order of they tried to put it on the PS5, they had issues, and they're going to figure it out by the end of it. No, that's not what happened at all. People are twisting things and trying to make a situation what it isn't. And that's all I wanted to point out here at the end of this segment. But I'm going to pass this on to you guys and ask you, what did you think of finding out that Dusk Golem was lying and really just trying to balance the scale of negativity and trying to really bring down the PlayStation as I said he was? Also, what do you think of this new Sony Patent? I think it looks like a cooling system. I don't have much to say about it, but if you know something that I don't, share it in the comments. I'll definitely take a look at it. And lastly, what do you make of Phil Spencer praising the PlayStation 5 design? What do you think this is all about? Let me know in the comments. As always, if you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to get notified about all my upcoming videos, hit the like button, follow me on Twitter, link will be in the description, and share this video with a friend. I will talk to you guys on the next one. Take care.